Good morning, Central Iowa. Hello, state of Iowa. Here we are for yet another edition of Shill and Dull in the Morning. I'm John Shill, and I'm joined by my partner Steve Dull. Go Hawks!
John, I gotta tell you, getting up this early just to hear your monotone hawk dribble every day just keeps getting tougher and tougher. If it weren't for the big fat check that they got me down the hall, I would probably never have to hear your voice again.
Well, Steve, I'm excited to be here with you too. We have a little surprise for our listeners this morning. In response to the excellent ratings we got during the snowstorms, you and I have decided to spend the Iowa State Week in a dorm right here on the campus of Eastern Iowa University. Go Hawks!
John, the only reason I did this was for the dead presidents that are going to line my suitcase when I leave this rattle of a city. Everything has its price and 1460 just rolled over to my demands. I am, however, looking forward to the all-night video game parties and the Star Trek marathon that you promised me. That must be my pizza at the door.
Enough about you, let's talk about me and my beloved Hawkeyes. Did you know that Iowa was in the final top 10 3 times last decade, and they have beaten Iowa State 2 years in a row in the Clone Super Bowl? Iowa destroyed Georgia Tech in the Orange Bowl last year. I hear that Paul Rhodes wears Kirk Ferentz pajamas to bed every night. Go Hawks! Let me tell you about my national TV show The Purse, after we get a plug-in for our sponsor Spamco Delicatessens.
Yes, John, you never want to be one of those guys. Say your homies all show up at your door for an unannounced Star Wars trilogy viewing and you don't have a thing to feed them. Sure, you could shop at those fancy places that charge you a surcharge just to walk on their pretty tile floors, but me, I shop at Spamco Delicatessens.
That's right, Steve. Why, just the other night a bunch of my pals showed up to watch Vision Quest, and I went to the cupboard and whipped up some delicious spam burgers, spam fingers, and even some spamuritas. I even took another canned product into Spamco the other day just for them to look at. They saw a little rust on the can and sent me back to the other place since it was still within the expiration date. Go Hawks!
Well, John, I think that excites you more than buying something from Spamco. The fact that they didn't charge to look at someone else's problem and even told you where to go is amazing in these days of poor customer service. I'll never eat another brand of canned spiced pork and ham again. Now tell us more about The Purse. Is it really a look around the Big Ten in a home shopping network style?
That's right, Steve. On The Purse tonight I'm going to debut a complete line of homemade Hawkeye-themed purses and backpacks that will surely set a record. I had a slumber party for my daughter's birthday and forced the kids to stay up all night sewing the bags together. I'm going to offer a basketball purse made up of unsold Iowa basketball tickets. If the demand is big enough, I'm sure we will have no problems getting more tickets this year for another run. I'm also offering a backpack made of 2002 national champion shirts that were discarded after Seneca Wallace dethroned our best team ever. Go Hawks!
John, don't be shy. I also heard that you are going to make a limited edition purse made entirely of Hawkeye citations from the last 3 years. I hope I didn't ruin the surprise for your Thursday night national debut. I gotta tell you, John, I am happy that you are getting the chance to grow your career, seeing as how I handed it to you. Someday the old Duller is going to need a favor and I'll know who to call.
Steve, I'm excited for the show tonight, but I'm more excited about the pounding that the Hawkeyes are going to give to the Clowns on Saturday. Do you see any chance that little brother walks out of Kinnick with the Cy Hawk Trophy? I tell you, I see none. The Iowa Hawkeyes are the greatest football team ever assembled. I doubt that Niall Kinnick himself would even break into the running backs rotation. I pick Iowa to go undefeated, and I would bet the house on it. Go Hawks!
John, I don't believe that Iowa State will win this game, but I'm sure they will cover the spread. We will, however, have a guest on the show after the break that will give you a detailed breakdown on why ISU has a puncher's chance Saturday. Chris Williams, Cyclone fanatic, coming to you after a word from my favorite sponsor, Krispy Kreme. That must be my Jimmy John's.